Hey there, it's Kyle. I am with my neighbor at the 22nd Street show, Steve here, who happens to have been in the fossil and dinosaur business for a very long time. And I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the dinosaur bone, availability nowadays versus before, and pricing and all that type of stuff. Doesn't matter what the specifics are as far as the numbers, but just about how it's gone from price per pound to grams and all that type of stuff.
Well, when we're strictly talking about Gembone here, not Specimen Bone, because that's a whole different phase of the dinosaur bone industry.
Okay.
But the Gembone that people like to cut up and use for jewelry, make cabochons out of. We used to be able to go out and collect it, and nobody really cared where, when, or whatever. The BLM or state land. They always let you do it. Now that's changed over the years, and you can't collect any bone on BLM or state land.
What's BLM stand for?
Bureau of Land Management.
Oh, okay.
Public lands.
Right.
So.
And what states are we talking about?
Most of the Gembone comes from Utah and Colorado. I mean, there's a little bit is found down in New Mexico. There's a tiny bit once in a while in Montana. And Argentina actually has some Gembone. But the best bone that you'll ever see will come out of Utah and Colorado.
Versus the rest of the world?
Versus the rest of the world, yes.
Wow. And what about specimen bone? You can't really make jewelry out of that. There's nothing...
No, doesn't show the pretty colors. And
it's the pretty colors.
Anything
in here you want to point out as particularly good examples?
Oh, well, all the bone that I have here is of high quality bone. You can see all the different colors, reds, yellows, and greens. It's just a variety. Down in the bottom, there's a bunch of different bone down there, but that's the thing about the bone. It's the eye of the beholder, because no two pieces are exactly the same.
Right. Now, is it all quartz replacement, kind of like petrified wood?
Chalcedony, quartz, some of it's almost a Jasper, calcite. It just depends on the locality and how it was preserved.
Right.
And if it's a calcite type replacement, we don't really consider that as good a gemmy material because it's softer.
Right.
It doesn't take the same kind of polish as something that's harder.
Right.
Agatized bone,
Now, with it being harder to get, is everything we're seeing older material pretty much?
The majority of it is. Now there's still private land out there that has the Morrison Formation on it. You can legally collect on if you can get permission from that whoever owns that land.
Right.
But the majority of the bone, yes, is bone that has been collected probably anywhere from the 50s up until like the 90s and stuff, because it was in the 90s when they started really cracking down on collecting it.
So basically, people can look forward to the cost of dinosaur bone, especially the Gembone, going up and up and up.
Yeah, I wonder what the plateau will be, but it has gone up tremendously in the past 5 years.
Okay.
I mean, some of it more than doubled.
Gotcha.
And I foresee, as long as people love it, and people seem to love dinosaur bone, that it'll just continue to get more expensive.
Gotcha. Well, thanks a lot for that. Anything you can think of that I didn't touch on or people should know?
No, there's just a handful of people out there who really sell it, so
Right.
It's not a huge market because there's not that much availability of it, so you just have to seek those people out. Not that just individual people won't have like a piece here or a piece there.
Right, but you mentioned you and like 3 other guys as being like the main people.
At the Tucson show right now, there's 5 people who sell a fair amount of bone.
Right.
Yep.
And that's 5 people out of 45 shows. So that's pretty impressive. So great. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. And a lot of people will learn a whole lot from you. So thanks so much.
No, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, have a good day.